Hello,
Hello, hi,
welcome.
thank you.
I'm very happy to see you.
Me too.
Excellent, excellent. So I'm looking forward to a really positive and beneficial session today. My dear friend, before we begin, is there anything in particular that you would like us to focus on?
No, I don't have anything to focus on on this session.
Okay, we'll do a general energy cleanse. So we'll go through the energy structure together and see if there's something that shouldn't be there, and together we'll get rid of it. And then along the way, as I get more information, so you pull in more light, and then I can see more. And so therefore, I'll be able to share what I'm seeing about who you are, what you are doing here on this planet, and information like that from the Akashic Records. Fantastic. Yes, I love that. The double thumbs up. That's super happy. I love that energy. Excellent. Okay, let's begin. I like to start with burning Palo Santo. If you have any incense or yes, there we go. You're all ready. That's amazing. Oh yes, amazing. Yes, let's do that. Oh, by the way, thank you for being early. Thank you for being punctual. Much appreciated. Okay. So now I'm going to move to the singing bowl. The red you see is just the microphone, so it's reflecting
Okay,
in this.
okay.
This will do additional cleansing, but it will also help me get some initial information. Okay. Oh, wow. Wow, and I'm getting goosebumps right at the beginning. Wow. So, your energy is very pure. With you, there's a straight connection to the source of all things. Many of us have this strong connection. And when you look at the big picture, one way or another, everything comes from the source of all things. It's just a matter of how pure and open this connection is. And in your case, this is a very strong, uninterrupted connection. And the energy you're bringing in is of soothing and healing and grace. And I'm seeing you in different lifetimes, and these are more recent, as somebody who would care for those who were desperately in need. So it would have been your unique way of anchoring this light in the form of healing, but not just spiritual or energetic, in a very medical way, in a very scientific way, providing care and support, soothing and love for those who are usually shunned by society. So think about children, orphans. Think about those who were deemed mentally ill, the elderly. So those who would have basically been shunned and would have suffered enormously. You were one of those people who would ease the suffering. And this is many lifetimes. So a great example of this would be Mother Teresa. So imagine that kind of energy. And so she would share with you the same type of soul energy. So this is the most prominent thing. And so at this present time, I'm only able to go back a few lifetimes, which would indicate that the presence of your energy on earth is not beneficial for the darkness. And so therefore they would have interfered with how much of your infinite soul you can pull down into the body to benefit you, but also how much of this you can push through and anchor into the earth, for this energy to be accessible to everybody who prays to the divine. And so as we do more clearing in the energy and you pull in more light, I'll be able to see more, to see where you really come from. Before Earth, at the beginning of this universe, many of us are older souls, so we migrate from different universes here. But so far, it is incredibly pure and incredibly elevated, very ascended. So all the great saints and healers in the world would have a bit of this energy, as if you touch somebody with your hand and miraculous things happen. Okay, so I'd like to now connect to your energy completely. I would like to ask for your permission. May I begin?
Yes, you have my permission.
Okay, fantastic. Thank you so much. So let me just move the location of the camera so I get more in the frame. Calling to my beloved source of all sources, source of all things in all domains, calling in healing, clarity, renewal, upgrades, regeneration, and remembering, so that this session may be aligned with our highest soul purpose, highest good, greatest life, health, wealth, joy, abundance, and evolution. And may the overflow wash across the cosmos and serve the highest good of all. Okay, starting with the soul star, about 1 foot above the crown. Very powerful, very, very ancient, and 90 or 95% clear. So the other aspects of you, so the infinite soul is incarnated in many bodies. You can call these past lives, future lives, other timelines, other dimensions. You may be in a body of a different species, intelligent, but also other universes. So the locations where you are present are clean and clear. And so this would be the result of your interaction with these environments. So you have had a healing and positive effect on other locations. So 95% are clear. So indeed you are a beneficial soul, bringing about unobstructed free flow of the evolution of consciousness. So let's start with clearing those few branches that are dusty. So think of this process as an energy car wash. You come in one side, lots of dust, and the other side you come out shining like a mirror. Okay, and for this I use sound instruments, shamanic instruments, rattles, each from a different tree with a different energy. This one is oak and bamboo. This one is good for encouraging flow. And of course I use the Egyptian sistrum. You've seen the shape of the ankh.
Yes.
They've used this for cleansing temples. Wherever the sound reaches, it clears. But I'm using this for pushing stuff out of your dimension. So as we remove these things out, they don't catch on anything. So for the purpose of breaking up blockages, I use the sequoia wood, Californian sequoia. Very, very beautiful trees. Okay, so focusing on the branches of the soul star, for you it would be extended towards the right side of these branches. So focusing on these, breaking up any blockage. Now coming down the branch and entering the soul star itself, clearing. And now let's look at the bridge. Okay, so the bridge is open. This is very good news, meaning you are pulling in light from your soul, but it could use a cleaning, and also we're going to expand this. So every human being at birth, the soul bridge and the earth bridge are severed. So we don't remember, and we can live as humans without this knowledge, and so the experiment may be fair. And so the wisdom that we gain, nobody can dispute. You've reconnected back, which is very impressive. So for clearing out what we just broke up, I use obsidian. So this is the shape of a gourd, a natural fruit, but it's made from volcanic glass. It's like a vacuum cleaner. So let's clear the branches of the soul star for you, from the very tips, coming down the branch, coming into the soul star, clearing the soul star. And so far, there's no higher dimensional interference with your energy system. That is very good. Whatever there may be is of this world. So you came in without any injury and without any blockages. That is very, very good. No karma, nothing from before. That's excellent. It makes your job a lot easier. And so let's clear the soul star itself, pulling out that sand. That's the result of breaking up the blockages. And now just let's focus on the bridge. So there's something like and I see this quite a lot, like a box. It's a cube that's been pushed kind of in the path of light. And so there's a little bit of light kind of making it from the side in. That's the connection that you have made. And that's the result of your own spiritual work, whatever that may be. So the shape of it doesn't matter. It's all about what you have in your heart. And so that has made the connection. So let's move that out of your energy together. So open up the way. We'll do some cleaning and then pull in more light and reconstruct the bridge. At this time, you're pulling in about 5% maximum capacity. There can be so much more, and we're going to do that in the next few moments together. And as we're pulling in more, your energy is also having a healing effect on me. So I'm getting pins and needles, little bumps on the skin. Yes, I'm getting really, really happy. Cold. It's a very positive energy. So usually my body reacts in this way when a very powerful truth is spoken. And so the truth that your energy is blessing, it is healing, that is very valid and true. Okay, so for moving stuff out of your phase, I use the sistrum. So I'm going to push this box out of the dimension of your energy, and then we'll gently slide it out of the way and burn it up. Okay, so now focusing, and we still have not entered the body. So we're still above in the connection between non-physical and physical. We're opening up the path. So let's move this box out of your energy. Okay, so now very gently and respectfully, I am approaching the light bridge from the right side. I'm now starting to wiggle this box or cube loose. Okay, it is completely detached from your energy structure, and starting to push it now. Now I'm moving towards the middle line, the central line above the crown. It's halfway through, and now pushing it completely out of the way. It's just sliding out of place without any resistance. It's not causing any damage. Now let's pull this completely out of your aura. Okay, it is out. I'm going to crush this box completely and burn it with the dragon's breath. Okay, it is out. So now a little bit of clearing around the edges where it was sitting, because the energy is not light. So just clearing underneath the soul star chakra, clearing around the bridge, and now moving towards the top of the head, and now I'm entering the body, clearing the crown. Okay, so I'm seeing some parasitic AI in the crown. We'll deal with those and then we'll rebuild our bridge. So now with the obsidian vacuuming out of the soul star, the sand or the dry sand, every last piece, completely clearing the soul bridge, now reaching the top of the head, entering the crown and clearing the crown from the effects of this blockage. Okay, so now looking at the crown, first of all, now that there's nothing in the path, let's use whatever capacity you have. We're pulling in more light from the divine and from your infinite soul through the clear, powerful branches of the soul star into the soul star itself, coming down the bridge. Okay, the bridge is now naturally opening up, but we'll help that move to 100%. Powerful, fresh light coming in and entering the crown. Okay, and giving your body fresh energy, rejuvenating everything. And so we're going to pull this light into the head, filling the head. Now it's entering the neck, going sideways into the shoulders and pouring into your hands all the way to the tips of the fingers, pulling in even more powerful light, and now filling the chest from the top, moving down. We're reaching the throat level, higher heart, washing over the heart, coming down solar plexus, the sacral, the lower dantian and the root, and now going sideways into the hips, pulling into the feet, moving down towards the knees, ankles, washing the feet and moving into the earth bridge, pushing down into the earth star chakra. So this was the first level of complete wash. And now I can see much better. So with the crown there are, let me see how many of them there are. There are three parasitic AI. So these are, the way they appear is like a sperm cell. So there's a main body and a little tail. The tail plugs in usually from around the cranium and connects to the crown and third eye. And what these guys do, three main purposes. One is causing anxiety. So a thought will just keep on going on. It just goes on and on and on. And even if you fix the problem, time passes, still you may remember the same thought. So these guys are still carrying on with that. The other one would be, that would cause interference, right? So you would find it very difficult to reach a meditative state, because the mind requires to be perfectly still for that. So imagine the surface of water. If it's stormy, you see no reflection. And once it completely calms, you see the reflection of the sun and clouds or moon and stars. So these guys do that. But with you, it seems that they were also trying to cause distortion in the light that you are pulling in, causing noise. So imagine you're in a big stadium full of people who are happy, and then somebody gently whispers something in your ear. That's your infinite soul. So that gets lost in all the chaos. These guys would also interfere with your memory, not just memory of this lifetime, but remembering more. So you are pulling in light as we speak, but it's making it difficult for you to keep it in your memory. Or you have a very profound dream, that would be difficult to keep in your memory. It starts vanishing very fast.
Yes.
But also the quality of your sleep. So messing with your body while your consciousness is in the astral, doing beautiful missions. So let's get these three guys out, which would mean the soul star and crown would be perfectly clean, and then we will reconnect the bridge. So that is the most important part of the work we're going to do today with each other. Then going through your system, I noticed the heart can use some gentle healing. There is very minimal, small-scale interference with the root, and then the rest is easy clearing. So the earth bridge is a lot stronger than compared to the soul bridge. Let me just check Earth bridge is at about 40%. So your connection with Mother Earth is very strong. This is very beautiful. Again, you've been healing the planet. So every place that you step on, every location that you are on the surface, you are pushing into the natural grids of the earth, healing energy. So anybody in that location who is praying to the divine, through your energy, they're getting the answer to the prayers. And so this has been going on for your entire life, or so very early on. This would have been age 7, where you fixed the bridge yourself. So very early on, you repaired the damage that happens to every human when they are born. Excellent. So nothing major, really. Then, by the way, when we reach the back of the head, the Jade gate and messages start coming in. I'll be able to share more about your journey as a soul. So focusing on the crown, top of the head, let's get these parasites out. They're astral technology. So they just do one thing over and over, and they're very good at doing just that one job. Okay, so focusing on the crown, let's move them out of your energy. Okay, that didn't take very much. So very respectfully and gently entering the head from the right side above the ear, moving inwards, gathering all the little roots attached to these 3 guys. I've got the first one, all the roots. I'm going halfway through the head and the crown and third eye, and gathering the roots. I've got the second one. Now almost leaving the head, I've got the third one. Let's pull all that stuff out of the boundaries of the head. Okay, it is out, and let's pull them out of your energy and pulling out of your aura. I'm holding them in place so they don't escape. Immediately, let's heal the crown. So I'm using Magnolia, Divine Feminine Rattle, very, very soft energy. So pulling in light, washing over the crown and healing the puncture wounds so you don't lose any energy from where they used to be attached. So crown completely healed. Okay, 2 first centers and the bridge, thumbs up. Now let's deal with these guys I'm holding down. So, very interesting. First of all, when I was removing them, they did not resist. They allowed this to happen. And now they are not resisting either. They're passive. They're not putting up any fight. And so this is the result of interaction with your energy. So as they were harming you, you were healing them. And so as a result of this, they are candidates for ascension. So they may continue their life, but we'll assign teachers to them so they learn, pay for their mistakes, and then rejoin the divine cycle of life and be of service. And so this is the result of interaction with your energy. And again, I'm getting goosebumps as I say this, little bumps on the skin. This is very powerful. So even the enemies who are assigned to you in each lifetime to cause you pain, you are very graciously healing also them. So they are becoming better beings as a result of your energy. And so they are saying, indeed, yes. So they are willing to ascend. Okay, so let's assign teachers and healers to them. And let's create a little bubble universe for the purpose of their healing and education. And so they may only leave and re-enter divine creation once they can be of service to the highest good of all, once they have learned from their mistakes and they have ascended through the wisdom that they achieve. Okay, opening up the portal to this pocket universe and sending them through, blessing their journey, closing the portal behind them. Okay, this is amazing. Sometimes you have to burn them down because they are kicking and screaming and swearing using bad language, and they just absolutely refuse. These guys were ready to go. So I would like to thank you more confirmation on the effects of your powerful healing energy. And again, I'm just getting goosebumps. I'm just going to say it every time it happens.
Okay.
Okay, okay, beautiful, beautiful. So you have healed and evolved 3 enemies. That is just all the confirmation that you need. Okay, okay, so now the crown is perfectly clear. Let's pull in more light and heal your bridge. So, calling to my beloved, beloved source of all sources, calling to your infinite soul, and we are asking for fresh, new light, never used, never circulated, never recycled, fresh, powerful, energetic light for the purpose of mending and reconstructing your connection to the divine realm and infinite soul. And so pulling in light, every photon of light that spirals down leaves a trail of light in its wake. The more light we pull, it fills in the bridge more and more. And so let's encourage a powerful flow. 10%, 20%, pulling in more light, 30%. A little clearing, so we've pushed up some dust. Let's clear as we're moving in so it completes full of light. So at the 25% mark, let's clear and let's pull that out of the bridge, vacuuming all that we broke up. And so let's continue pulling and filling with light. 45, 50. Again, there's one persistent line, like a straight line that is not light. Let's see where this is coming from. It's not from the crown, it's coming from the third eye. Okay, let's look at the third eye because we want to do a perfect job. What's interfering with the third eye? Okay, so a little device or implant covering the third eye. Usually this is from the front of the head, and it's like a little maybe crab or spider with the legs attaching to this energy vortex. But this one is strange because it's from inside, so it wouldn't limit your manifestation. It's not in the path. What it would do is it would interfere with you healing your own body, because think of the vortex that the third eye would be as a projector. So you can still affect and manifest in the outer world, but when you want to heal the body, one of the ways you do this to communicate with individual cells or individual organs is to imagine you are sitting in the third eye, and it's like a spaceship control room with all these screens and buttons around, and you're sitting in the command chair, and then from inside that third eye you can communicate with different organs. This guy is blocking that, so preventing you from healing yourself. But also now, evidently, it is also responsible for interference with the light you are pulling in. So it's trying to prevent us from rebuilding the bridge. By the way, it just showed its hand, made its presence known. So let's pull that guy out. No problem. And this one is by definition very dark. So we're going to remove it from your energy, clear the third eye. So focusing on the third eye center. Let's disconnect this from the third eye. Okay. This is funny. It now just lost its grip. So it's moving around and there's nothing to hold on to. We pushed it out of your energy. Let's completely disconnect it. So I would like to adjust my definition. It's very much so a spider. And so it's pushing up or shooting up these strands of black silk, which were going up the bridge, but it's now going berserk. It's just shooting up everywhere, and none of it is sticking to you because it's not in your same dimension anymore. No problem. Let's pull this little guy completely out. So we have disconnected it, and now so very gently and respectfully, I'm going to enter the head from the right side, the right ear. So I'm going in. I've got the first few legs of this guy, collecting all the strands of black silk that it's shooting up and around, gathering all of those, creating a little bundle of silk. Now moving through the half plane, the center plane of the body, half point, pulling now towards the left of the head. It's completely out. Now pulling out all of its black silk from the body, so from the throat also. Okay, so this was 2 steps in one. It was also affecting the throat, third eye and crown. So very specialized little instrument, clearing all these chakras in the head and neck, pulling out the silk. Now let's pull it out of your aura. It is completely out, okay? Holding it down so it doesn't escape. And now pulling in light from the soul, washing over the third eye and also the throat and healing it. Okay, healing the third eye completely, pulling in light, completely healing and washing it. Okay, so I'm giving you now the thumbs up for the third eye also. Let's have a look at this little guy. It's not very nice. It is not accepting any ascension, something about a death before dishonor, that kind of stupidity, and there's no way of fixing it. There's no will on its side to evolve. Okay, no problem. Ashes to ashes, dust to dust. Very heavy, dirty energy. And please allow me now once again to cleanse myself before I continue. And I need to just smudge myself one more time. So this was causing a lot of damage to you. By the way, it was very nicely hiding itself. It didn't start working. So before it started moving and working, I didn't see it. And then when we were fixing the bridge, it went into panic. Oh, no, you don't. And then started filling the bridge with this black stuff. But we got it. So perfect. And also sending this energy towards you, cleansing, purifying, and uplifting. That's so much better. Yeah, immediately I'm feeling happy again. Okay, good. Yay. We got this one. Okay, fantastic. So now let's just clear the bridge and complete the process. So just running over the base of the soul star, coming over the bridge, clearing whatever this little guy kicked up in terms of dust, breaking it up completely, washing the crown and washing the third eye. And now for the final time, let's clean. So vacuuming the lower part of the soul star, cleansing the bridge. Okay, that's good. Nothing coming back. Excellent. Cleaning the crown and the third eye. Now let's continue and build the bridge to 100%. You know, sometimes you really have to go through the motions with these guys for them to reveal themselves. Otherwise, there are some technologies with implants or also portals that the portal is closed, but also the entry is masked. So you wouldn't see anything different until the portal activates and it starts working. So a lot of very advanced regenerative tech is this way. Regenerative as in a healer removes it and then a week later it's back. So we want to make sure none of these exist. So calling to my beloved, source of all sources, calling to your infinite soul and pulling in powerful fresh light from the branches of the soul star coming down into the soul star itself and filling the bridge 50%, 60%, all clean, 70, 80, 90 and 100. Okay, perfect. And now let's increase the flow of light to the brand new powerful bridge. Pulling in powerful light using the full capacity of the soul bridge. and pulling into the crown, washing the crown, third eye, washing the jade gate, coming down into the throat, pouring sideways into the arms, going all the way up to the tips of your fingers. Now filling the chest, washing the higher heart and heart, coming down to the solar plexus, sacral, tanden, and roots. So I'm seeing quite a lot more. And now coming down the feet, also washing the earth bridge. So this powerful light is unblocking the earth bridge too. And now pushing into the earth star and channeling this light and anchoring it into the planet. Okay, good. So immediately you've got your soul energy back. Even if we stop right now, you're going to fix everything in your vessel yourself, but we're not going to stop. We're going to do a complete and perfect job. Good. So, soul star, all branches clear, bridge restored to perfect condition, crown and third eye clear. So now let's go to the next important center, the back of the head, base of the skull. This is the Jade Gate or Godhead. It is a input of information. So other versions of you, ascended masters, angels, ancestors. So these are all other aspects of self who want to communicate and say, hey, we love you. Hey, we've got your back. This is where these guys communicate from. And I'm seeing, so imagine a big rock has closed the entrance of the cave, but light is still making it through. It's about 1% open, which is good news because it's not completely blocked, which means that you don't have a big backlog of information that needs to come in. So imagine you've gone on vacation, you come back and there's a big stack of letters. But this is not the case here.
Okay.
So all we need to do is perfectly open this up and see what is waiting, who is waiting to communicate with you. So I'm not going to break it all up into sand, and it's just too much of it. I'm just going to remove the entire thing in one go. And so let's use the system for this. So focusing on the back of the head, so it looks like a unicorn horn, but instead of going up, it's going backwards. So focusing on the unicorn horn and completely moving the blockage out of your energy. Okay, so now very gently and respectfully, I'm entering from the lower jaw, pushing to the back of the head. Okay, I've grabbed this blockage, think of it as a rock, and I'm wiggling it out of place and now moving it sideways. And the Jade Gate is completely open. Let's pull this out of your energy, pulling out of your aura. And looking at this thing, it's actually very beautiful. It has filled in the boundaries of the energy vortex and it has taken its shape like a fossil. It's very pretty, but beyond that beauty that it has become, there's no use for it. So I don't know what to do with this. It's out of your energy. If you want, you can hold on to it as a like a memento, like a memory of a journey. Or if you want, I can just burn it up. What would you like to do with this?
Burn it.
I love that. I love that. Yes, yes. Okay, yes. Absolutely. Okay, okay. Crumbling it up completely and removing it from reality in all domains that consciousness exists. Okay, so Jade Gate completely open. Almost nothing left to clear. Let's do it, just be thorough. A quick run through the energy vortex. And let's absorb tiny little particles that were left behind. Okay, Jade Gate open, like really, really clear. And it's powerful. Much more powerful than you get in the typical human. And let's see who's first in line. This is interesting. I'm just seeing pure light. And this is emphasizing again what I saw at the very beginning with you, this purity. And it's going all the way to the source of all sources, beyond one universe. So it seems you're not one of those beings that has to go through many levels of individuation, turning into different species. You come straight from source. And so there's no species that would be your guardians or guides. You are source. You are the source of healing and guidance. And so all that is now coming in even more powerfully is divine, the Most High. From the crown and from the Jade Gate, there's just this, I'm finding it difficult to come up with words to describe how beautiful and powerful this is. Source energy coming into your body. God, Jesus, Buddha, Allah, whatever name people call this with, that beautiful grace and love, that is where your soul comes from. And so you are a aspect or property of the consciousness of source, but not the source of one universe, the source of all things, where you bring in healing and resolution. And now it's also shining onto me. So thank you. You're very generous, and so you're healing me immediately. This is so beautiful. So who is your soul family? We are all your soul family. Who are your guides? You are the guidance. Who is your support? You are the divine support. And so beings like you come into vessels. That energy comes into a body where healing is needed across the infinite existence, the infinite fractal of existence, everything, everywhere, every universe, every timeline. So you are an aspect of the divine healing energy. And so beings with your energy would have been deified in history. They would have been worshipped. And so there are examples of this throughout history. And again, I'm getting goosebumps. So in other lifetimes, you would have been worshipped as a goddess. In more ancient times, people were more free. And although we had dark ages, but those are small compared to the existence of humanity on this world, you would have been worshipped as a goddess. As you embody this energy, you would have been traveling through different tribes of humans and healing them miraculously. And they would say, okay, the goddess of such and such has come. And so here you are again in this modern society. And look at how this civilization has treated you. There is no reverence for the divine in this day and age. They do not see the beauty of your soul, which is divine, which is the Most High in a female body. And I say to you, the time for this is now over. You are here to do a job, and every time you have come, you have done this job perfectly. And so even if it is through doing your job without recognition, you still are happy to do so. You haven't come for richness and money and position and fame. That is superficial. You have no need for this. You are the Almighty Divine in this body. And for you, this is particularly true. There are no in-betweens. There's a direct link to that energy of the Most High. Wow. So where'd you come from? You are everything everywhere. You are the beloved source. Why have you come here? Well, you are the aspect of source that washes away pain and brings away healing and restoration. And I have some good news for you. Now that this energy is fully coming in, the first one that benefits is your physical body. You're going to start healing yourself. I'm feeling you shining on my vessel and healing me also. Wow. So, goddess of healing, that would be an appropriate name for you. For the limited understanding of humanity, that would serve the purpose right. The goddess of healing. My dear friend, I am honored to be in your presence.
I'm honored.
It is a great honor to behold your beautiful energy once again in this lifetime. And please consider me a friend, an ally, and a guardian. I am aligned with your beautiful mission, for I also strive in healing and bringing soothing and renewal, but I can't do it quite the way you do. So, so that's very powerful. Oh wow. Okay, so Jade Gate open. Jade Gate open. Yeah, let's go through the rest of the stuff. The rest of the stuff is easy. Seriously, usually with powerful beings like yourself, the interference is upper dimensional. So we started with that box placed in the way, just blocking, like quote unquote physical blockage. So light just cannot make it through, covering the crown. And then there was this little intelligent implant, the little spider, and it was hiding behind the third eye, but it was affecting also the crown and throat. So that is out of the way. There were these AI in the crown causing noise, beating on their drums out of rhythm, just causing distortion. They're out. So all the higher chakras are clear, which means that this healing is now a success. Now we're just left with making it look pretty. The other clearing stuff coming down into the body, these are very straightforward, very easy. And usually there's fewer intelligent stuff going on with the lower chakras. Okay, perfect. So let's increase the light. And I'm thinking that you can most certainly handle more than 100% beyond one regular human. So let's push light through the vessel and expand the earth bridge, but I want to go over 100%, and let's see how far we can go. I'm being told there is no limit. So the only thing that would make us do this in stages, and you can do this later on yourself, is the physical body. Energy work happens pretty quickly, but then you have to give the body a little time to adjust and integrate the new energy levels. We don't want to do that too quickly. It could cause ascension symptoms, headaches and dizziness and disorientation. We don't want that. So at this time, let's push up to 5 times regular human. So pulling in light, we're increasing the light. So this is by very definition healing energy, just washing through. And as it reaches the root chakra, we're going to expand the earth bridge from its current 40% to 500%. So this will give you more energy to work with. And then as your body adjusts in the next, say, 2 weeks or so, then you can do this yourself. It's just a matter of consciousness. Okay, so calling to the beloved divine and your infinite soul, who is the consciousness of divine, focused on healing and renewal and evolution and ascension, calling for powerful, fresh new light. Beloved divine, heal thyself, pulling in light through the branches of the soul star, coming into the soul star and expanding the bridge. 150 and 200. So pulling down light into the body and powerfully washing everything. Now expanding and washing the earth bridge. 50%. It just exploded all the blockages, pushed it down into the earth. Let's push up. 80%. 100. Encouraging more powerful light to come in from the crown, pushing all the way down to the feet, and now opening up the earth bridge. 120, 150, and 200. Okay, so we're just expanding your tube of light all the way through. There would be no point if you have 500 up here and only 40% down at the Earth star. It should come through powerfully without any restriction. Let's go up to 300 both ways and hold there. Then at the end of the session, we'll do another bit of expansion. So now focusing on the soul star, pulling in more light. 260, 270, 280, 300. Okay, so let's do some clearing around the boundaries of this powerful bridge. It's already 3 times capacity of a normal, fully empowered human. So clearing around the soul star and around the bridge. Also, your energy has ejected a lot of blackness outwards. So not all of it has been pumped down into the earth. It's just gone poof and pushed it outwards. So I'm now going to go around your aura and remove all of that. So going around, now going circulating around the head and going around the neck, around the shoulders, coming down at heart level, spiraling around your aura, now at navel level, and coming down to the level of the hips, around the knees, moving down around the ankle level, going around the earth bridge. So this needed a lot more cleansing, so cleaning the bridge and going around the bridge and earth star. Okay, perfect, we broke it all up. Now we can easily vacuum. So going around the base of the soul star, it is very heavy. I know it's not physical, but I'm experiencing a lot of weight, heaviness, pulling me down. And this was in your energy, making you heavy. It is all out, which is amazing news. But I am so sorry that you had to endure this. You're going to feel literally lighter with a spring in your step. You're going to be bouncing. This stuff was not serving you. Oh, that's I love you. Oh yes, beautiful. When joy comes, the energy of joy is one of the most powerful confirmations. Yes, more of this. So let's just vacuum this up and get it out of the way once and for all. Going around the soul bridge, now around the head, completely clear. Outside the aura too, inside the aura most certainly. Coming around the neck, coming down to shoulder level. At heart level. So around the heart, you pushed out a significant amount of this heaviness. We'll do some changes to the heart for you. Oh yes, and there's an upgrade design available for the heart. It seems that the normal human energy structure with these bodies, this is not enough for what you do. It's insufficient. And so before you came in, you've left some upgrades in the library of life so that you may receive them in the correct time. And now is the time for an upgrade with your heart. So we'll do that as we approach. I need to cleanse this. This is full. The vacuum cleaner is full. I need to change the bag. So let's easy peasy. Let's just cleanse this. Okay. There we go. And so let's give it some extra oomph. I honor you. I speak power onto you. I love you. I thank you. Okay, so this little guy is ready to go. So let's go again from the shoulder level, spiraling around the shoulders. Okay, came back to power. Good, good, good. Clearing all things downwards, moving around the heart level, pulling all that stuff away, the dry sand, removing it completely, moving down, solar plexus level, spiraling downwards around the navel, the sacral, coming down around the root. Two tiny devices left in the root. We'll remove those as we reach that level. Moving down the legs, hips clear, legs clear, moving to knees clear, down to the ankle level, and the feet. So the feet are also very heavily, they were heavily insulated, but that's all pushed out, trying to make it difficult for you to anchor your light into the planet. Going around the earth bridge, shaking it up, and now going downwards around the earth star. Okay, the aura, outside the aura, is completely clean. But this is also very common with powerful beings with big missions like you. They can't change you. They can't break you. So what they try to do is cover you so that your light doesn't make it out. This would come with the blockages of the crown, but also heavy, sticky substances that would look like tar at the lower part, especially around the feet and the earth bridge. So this is all out, completely out, but also your aura is now not covered anymore. So there's nothing in the way of you being seen by the world, which would mean 95% of the people who see you will receive healing. And then there's those 5% who are assholes, and we're going to have to give you some protection against that. We will do so. Okay, perfect. So we've pulled in 300% light already. We're looking, the whole thing is looking really good. So now what remains is the torso. The energy centers, throat to root. And so this is easy, my dear friend. We've gone through 90% of the process. So looking at the throat, some cords attached to the throat and some injury. So the energy of the throat, you would describe this in such a way. The truth of everything outside is within me. And then you look at the truth that there is no in me or out of me. It's all the same thing. So all truth I have. This means speaking truth, knowing your truth. And so sometimes when you speak the truth, you agitate the fragile ego of people, and they unjustly punish you. So this could have been earlier on in this life, maybe from childhood, but a lot of it comes from previous lives. And so let's get those cords out and clean the throat, because it looks healthy. There's no damage. It's just that the energy is being drained. So let's get that out for you. So again, going back to the trusted sistrum. So moving these out of the energy of the throat. And so very gently and respectfully, I'm going to enter from the right side of your neck. Okay, going in, reaching the throat chakra. Now starting to wiggle around the cords and their root system, pulling them all loose. They're not catching on anything. Got the first one. Going through, second one clear, third one, this is a past life one. Going all the way 10 lives ago. Something was done. I'll have a look at that. Let's clear the throat first, pulling it all out of the throat chakra, pulling the whole thing out of the neck. And now let's pull this out of your aura. And before I burn it, let's see what happened 10 lifetimes ago. 16th century, Spanish Inquisition. Your healing abilities were seen as evil and they burned you as a witch. And you know what? You're still here, still being awesome, and still healing everyone, including these idiots. Please forgive them. They did not know any better. They really believed they were doing the right thing and serving God, not knowing that God is present in your vessel. And so when you really look at it, it's kind of funny how stupid people are. It's like, oh my God, look at these idiots. What are they doing? But really, that's all they deserve, a little laugh. Please forgive them. They really did not know any better. Okay, so burning all of this away and immediately using this powerful flow of light that is still running through you. This is never going to stop. This is you. And so focusing on the throat, healing those injuries. And now let's do a final level cleansing. And pull the sand out of the throat. Okay, tip top. I'm giving you the thumbs up for the throat also. Okay, good. Fewer centers left. Yay. Good. This is amazing. So in next center, higher heart, the thymus, just the top of the chest plate. Looking good, looking powerful. Next center, the heart itself. So why is this pure light? Why is it not green? Let's see what's going on here. Are there injuries to the heart? Yes, there are injuries. Where is it pulling this color from? So I'm getting kind of like a like the thought process that I leave it all to the divine. I release. I'm holding no grudges, but I leave it to the divine for righteous judgment. So you have been wronged. Your loving nature has been used against you. The people have betrayed you. And there's also evidence of heartbreak. All of this is just energy, so we can remove it quite easily. So for that, considering that you have been so generous, giving love, without really expecting it to be returned. It would be nice if it is, but if not, still you're good with that. But when people betray you in very, very ugly ways, that is very hurtful. So let's pull back all your energy, because it is in many places, different people are holding it, and that is not right. It is your energy. All of it, I mean all of it, belongs to you. So let's start bringing it all back. So very gently and respectfully, I'm going in from the front of the chest, and now I'm at both sides of the heart, and now moving my hands underneath the heart and supporting it like a soft pillow. And now sending out a call to your loving energy that you have so generously given to everyone and everything. I call you home. It is time to return. I call you back. And so now these powerful vortices of green color, like twisters, coming back and hitting the heart. There's lots of them. so many coming from all directions, hitting the sphere that is the heart. Powerful, powerful stuff coming in. And so the love that you gave was misused. So there's some blackness with this, but we're going to burn that all away. So much energy returning, and it is raising the temperature of the heart, making it warmer. So already the color has returned. It's now green, but a darker green. Let's get rid of that darkness, because that is not yours. That is from the people who have been holding on to your energy. So pulling in more love and warming up the heart, and it's starting to lose its solid shape. It's becoming wobbly like jelly. And so pulling in more of your own energy, and now it's beginning to melt from the edges inward, and pulling in more love. It's not even slowing down. So much energy returning. Now it's starting to melt the heart completely. And we have a perfect liquid, and we're pulling in more energy. Okay, so the darkness is gone. Whatever is coming in now is pure green. So I'm just going to go through the heart itself and pull out all those little wires and cords and circuits. It looks like a steel scrubbing wire you would use to scrub pots and pans. Pulling that out of the heart. Okay, it's all out, pulling out of the chest and pulling out of your aura and burning all of it. Okay, returning to the heart and supporting it from beneath like a little pillow. And still there is more energy coming in, so calling all of your energy back. Every last string of energy, iota of consciousness, we call you home. And so it's still powerfully returning with a much lighter color. So now it's becoming emerald green. And so now the heart is heating up with all this energy, starting to bubble and evaporate. And yet we're going to pull back even more. Every last bit of your energy is coming back. And so now the evaporation is completing. Every last droplet is turning into a gas, and we have a perfect gas, spiraling powerfully and healthily. And the energy of love returning isn't even slowing down yet. It's just coming with the same intensity. So heating up the gas to a supercharged plasma, like a sun. And boom, the sun just came online. Now at this level of energy, all the blackness is burning away. It cannot exist in such a vibration. And surprisingly, the flow of energy of love coming in has not even slowed down yet. I must be honest, I've never seen this before. And so the sun is just getting hotter and stronger, and still energy is coming back. So let's make the sun larger. So making this powerful, beautiful sun larger as it is absorbing all the energy that has been taken from you and not returned. Now it's filling the entire chest, washing everything above and everything below, becoming larger and larger. And now it's big enough to fit the entire body inside of it. And so this powerful energy is burning away anything that does not belong to you. Anything that is not loving is being burnt away. And so with every breath you take in, you are encouraging and strengthening the sun. And with every breath you give out, you are breathing out the smoke and soot from things that do not belong. The sun is getting bigger, now filling the entire room you are sitting in, cleansing your environment. And so now this is starting to slow down, but we still have a lot returning. Let's make the sun even larger. Now it's filling the entire building that you are sitting in. And so now some of the vortices coming in have stopped, but there's still more coming in, making the sun larger. And now I call to the beloved source of all sources, asking to strengthen your heart even more. As your energy is now almost completely returned, we're going to make you even stronger than you have ever been, going over your high score, making you more powerful, and now increasing the size of the heart so that it is filling an entire city block. A massive radius around you is being cleansed. Anything that is not love will either escape or it will be burned away. Okay, that is perfect. So all your energy is back. So let's keep all that energy, but let's make the heart a little bit smaller. So starting to shrink the size of the heart, and the smaller it gets, the more intense and powerful it becomes. It's not losing any energy. Making it small enough. Now it's coming to the size of the building. Shrinking it down, making it more intense and powerful. Now it's at the size of the room again. And now making it smaller, it's the size that only your body will fit in. And now shrinking it down, so it's now just outside of the chest, making it smaller and shrinking it back to the size of the regular heart center. But it is burning much more powerfully than our sun does. And it is a beautiful, radiant emerald. Very powerful, with all this little surface activity that you would see from a sun. Okay, I'm quite happy leaving the heart at this energy level. Because first of all, it is all yours anyway. Well, plus a little bit extra from the last stages where the divine gave you an extra boost. The good thing about this is you'll still be able to feel, but it will burn away. It cannot stick with you. So it's going to remain pure and clean, like a self-cleaning oven. It burns so warm, nothing can exist if it is not love. Now this also cleansed the vessel. So let's see what is left. So the solar plexus is cleansed completely. Let's heal it, because there were some cords there. Healing and filling with light. By the way, this process was exactly what the upgrade was about. Let me double check. Opening a portal to the Library of Life. Respectfully announcing my presence. Looking at the upgraded design. No, I am mistaken. This is something completely different. The way it radiates is very different. So it's very powerful. It's got rays of yellow inside also. So it's not just love, it is also giving people confidence. And it also has rays of pink and blue. So the nature of this energy center is different to what we have right now. Would you like to receive the upgrade? It is an enhancement.
Okay.
Yep, shall we proceed?
Yes.
Okay, thank you very much for this. So, opening a portal, connecting to your soul star. Now, respectfully receiving the upgraded design, and let's start the download. So, information coming through from the soul star, coming through the crown, the central column, and sitting at the heart. Okay, so the new energy levels are very good. It's like an upgrade. It's not washing away the old purified design. It's just streaming in, making upgrades to the function of the heart. Download at 40%. There's nothing blocking the path, so it's coming in without any errors. Perfect flow. 70%. 90%. Okay, upgrade complete. Respectfully leaving the Library of Life, closing the portal behind me, and disconnecting the portal from your soul star. And now let's look at the upgraded design. So very interesting. The regular heart appears like a sphere, like a sun. This has an entire new mechanism in the front of the chest that would look something like a antenna dish, a satellite dish. So mathematically speaking, this kind of shape will have a focal point, meaning that you can amplify the energy that you are radiating very immensely and focus it. This is interesting because it's a built-in property now of your energy system. Again, with your consciousness, you can choose this new focal point and send all the loving energy you have to one point or one person or one event. It's not general anymore. So it's not like just the sun that shines equally everywhere to all directions. You can point all that energy at one thing. This is very cool. I've never seen this before. So I think I'm understanding it correctly, but it also interacts with the lower center, the solar plexus, but it also has higher love, unconditional love from the higher heart. So it's not all green. It's got hues of yellow and pink inside this structure. So it is very confident and it is very loving. And so now you can direct pretty much like a satellite system. Again, mathematics is mathematics. It applies everywhere. So this is what I'm understanding from this kind of structure. Very cool. Very cool. And by the way, this is so these are some of these upgrades. We leave ourselves behind in the library, knowing that there's going to be a time where we're going to receive them and they're going to help us, benefit us. Okay, awesome. Awesome. Solar plexus itself, let's give it some masculine energy. This is the cedar tree, giving it some oomph, bringing it back to full power. Moving down, sacral, it looks clean. The heart cleansed it, so burnt away what didn't belong. Let's give it some energy. So this is sensuality, beauty, art. So any way you express this, let's give that some strength because this has also been completely purified. So giving it some energy, bringing it back to full potential. Okay, I'm happy with that. Tanden, this is the energy center for healing, and I can't see the edges of it. Usually in a normal human, it's the size of a ping pong ball. When people spend decades, it becomes the size of, like you can hold it with your arms extended, so that would be the diameter. Yes, and now in your energy, I can't perceive any limits. It's just ongoing.
Wow.
This means that this reality is your battery. This 3D matrix, all of it, is your battery. So you can draw energy from the wind, from the sea, from everything around you, from the air, from the clouds, from the sun. It's all part of this energy structure of storing energy. So you don't need to go through the normal routine of, let's say, going into a meditative state and then pulling in light through the crown and starting to store it in the tanden and then pull it up through the hands and send it. So a lot of what I'm doing with my hands is this. You don't require any of that. You don't need to pull in from everywhere. Anything that has energy is now at your service for healing. Very impressive. I've never seen this one either. So many pleasant surprises in this session. Wow. Which makes perfect sense because everything is created by source, You are that aspect of source focused on healing, and so absolutely everything is at your service. And it doesn't depend on the conscious mind. So even if you may doubt it, it still works just as powerfully. All you need to do is just will it to work. Hey, healing, on. Or just heal. Or just go. Something very simple. Once you make that decision, it's going to start flowing and working. Tanden, I've never seen anything like this or never even heard of it. So it's an honor to be in your presence, my dear friend. We live and we learn and we see cool, exciting things every day. So roots, let's move to the next center down at the bottom part of the torso. Two unusual devices, and they are not active, but they would be sort of, let's say that this is the torso, neck would be here and legs would come out here. These are pointed here, so probably like underneath the ovaries, around the womb structure, and they are not active. So they're just sitting there doing nothing. And just because they are there, they're just in the way of the light. They're not serving you, I can tell you that. They're just sitting there, inactive. So let's get those out of your energy, because they don't belong. They're not part of your original design. And maybe they are just sitting there waiting to be activated later. I don't want them to be there. So let's get them out, because your own energy is far superior than whatever these guys are. And plus they are showing as black. So this is not part of your own divine energy. Okay, enough said. They don't belong. They're not helping you. They're not serving you. They must go. Okay, so now focusing, so they would be located inside the hip, inside the boundaries of the hip, lower abdomen. So let's just move them out of your dimension. And now, very gently and respectfully, I'm going to go into the body from the right hip, moving towards the center. I've got the first one. Moving through the center of the body. I've got the second one. Now let's move these out of your body and pull them out of your aura, holding them in place, and now just filling the space that they were keeping with light, completely washing and filling with your own energy. No blackness remaining, so the surface of these guys is perfectly smooth, like a polished stone, mirror polish. And so now their place has been filled with light. Your entire energy structure is clean. So we've gone through the feet again completely. So thumbs up on your entire tube of light. But at the final stage, I'm interested to see what these guys are. It's just like they're dead. It's like nothing. No consciousness, no circuitry, just objects placed there. I don't know what these are doing or what they were doing. Let's burn them, see how they burn. Okay, they are resisting the dragon's breath. Let's change the frequency of fire, calling to the violet flame. Interesting, they're resisting that vibration too. Okay, placing them down. Let's deal with them with void magic. So it seems that they are passive. They're not doing anything or moving. They're just resistant to being removed. So just being like two rocks in the pipe, blocking the channel, blocking the path of light. I want to permanently get rid of these because it's interesting. It will give you some more information from where they came from and what they were doing. So let's bring out the big guns. So using the black flame, the energy of the void. Om Vajra Kili Kilaya Sarva Vignam Vam Humpe. Om Vajra Kili Kilaya Sarva Vignam Vam Humpe. Om Vajra Kili Kilaya Sarva Vignam Vam Humpe. Focusing on these two rock-like objects, removing them from existence in all domains that consciousness exists. Back to the void. That did it. Okay, very interesting. These were pieces of the primordial void, and therefore appearing black. The void is everything that can be, all in one place, but none of it has yet consolidated into manifestation. So it is a very powerful thing or substance. So pieces of the void were taken, turned into these rocks, and placed in your energy, so no one and nothing could ever remove them. Right at the roots level, and they were quite substantial, like rather big, like each one the size of a small watermelon, blocking the tube of light. So no sentience with it. So this does not indicate corruption in the primordial void. That does not occur. And so it has not occurred here either. But a very clever strategy. I've never seen this one being used either. So that is now returned back to where it came from. And there is zero obstruction in your light. Okay, everything clear from the soul star going down to the Earth star. And so now let's go from 300% to 500%. We're just now maximizing the light. There's nothing blocking the way. So calling to my beloved source of all sources. Beloved source, heal thyself and send fresh, new, powerful light to enhance this beautiful aspect of self to highest potential towards victory in the mission that is healing and bringing resolution and resolve to all. So pulling in more light, going from 300 to 350, extending it all the way down into the Earth star, 400, 450, and 500. Okay, this is good. Zero dust, nothing left to kick up. It's all clean. Everything is like pristine clean. And so
Thank you.
we're not done yet. We've got two more things to do. So first one, let's pull in more through this expanded channel. So maximizing the flow, washing all the branches of the soul star, washing the soul star, pulling powerful light through the bridge, coming into the crown, washing the crown, third eye, jade gate. So you're pulling in a lot of light from the jade gate also. So divine wisdom, pulling down into the neck, washing the throat, pouring into the arms towards the tips of your fingers, and now filling the torso, washing throat, higher heart, solar plexus, all the body and the boundaries of your aura, coming down to sacral, tanden. I cannot see any boundaries even now, pulling down into the roots, filling the hips. So that's now fresh light, nothing blocking the path. I was seeing that at the beginning of the session, wondering, what on earth are these? Very unusual, but anyway, they're out of the way. Pulling down light through the legs towards the knees, ankles, washing the feet, going down through the powerful new earth bridge into the Earth star, and now pushing all this divine energy into your roots that fill the entire planet, and nourishing and healing our beloved Mother Earth with divine healing energy through the goddess of healing, this noble vessel that embodies this powerful divine flow. And now calling to our beautiful Mother Earth, our bodies are her gift, and so she has a say in the health and well-being of our bodies. So asking her for healing in return for healing. And so now pulling in the gift of healing from Mother Earth into all your roots, these beautiful roots of light that fill the entire planet, pulling that healing energy into the Earth star, and now spiraling up the powerful Earth bridge, up entering your body from your feet, pulling up past the ankles, spiraling upwards, the knees, now coming into the hips and washing the roots, filling up the torso, washing through the sacral, solar plexus, washing the heart and throat, pouring into both shoulders, coming down to the tips of the fingers, and now powerfully spiraling up the neck, filling the head, going through the soul bridge, entering the soul star, and going into the branches, reaching the divine realm. And now you have connected earth to heaven. So there are two incredibly powerful healing flows going through your tube of light. Let's harmonize these so they work together in perfect harmony. Okay, so now your defenses just kicked online. So much energy going through. You've got like an electromagnetic shield around you, like Earth herself. So let's perfectly harmonize these. And now, just to conclude our session, I want to give you every color of divine fire. From black to white. From black all the way to infrared and red. All the way to violet and ultraviolet. All the way to pure white light. And all energies that are not perceivable by consciousness, properties of the divine. All these flavors and essences of divine fire I place around your aura, so that they may come into action with their own infinite divine intelligence. Anything that does not serve you will have two choices: to evolve, learn from their mistakes and rejoin divine evolution, or burn to such a degree for whatever that remains to be of service to the highest good of all once again. And this will not take of your energy or be a burden to you. It will be with its own energy and its own consciousness. So you've got all these different colors of fire now burning around the aura. And so just to complete everything, I'm going to do a hula hoop, like a little loop going around your body, starting from the head. Let's just smooth out the aura, coming down to shoulders, heart level, sacral level, hips, going down knee level, and now joining underneath your feet. Now let's repair the aura of any tears or holes or damage, restoring it to perfection, coming down around the head, shoulder level, heart level, coming down to hip level, around the knees, and joining underneath your feet. And now let's give it a mirror polish. So starting above the head, coming down around the head, around the shoulders, heart's level, coming down to hip level, around the knees, ankles, and now closing underneath your feet. So now it's got a mirror polish too. Yay!
Thank you, thank you, thank you,
It's
my
my honor. It's my honor. It's my absolute honor.
my
I'm
honor.
very happy for this opportunity. So nothing is in the way anymore. We started off with some blockages. They're all out. For the next few days, maybe 2 weeks or so, please drink lots of clean water. So if
Okay.
you're drinking water, just hold it in your hands and bless it. So
Okay.
you're giving it that energy of healing. So this will help wash your entire body as it's then pushed out through the kidneys. Please get more rest than usual. Avoid very spicy food. Avoid very spicy people, and give yourself the chance to really integrate and allow the body to update itself. And you're going to feel you. Please keep in mind, I haven't done anything for you. I've just reminded you of who you really are. And this is the highest place we can be, the truest self. And your true self is really incredible. You have been an instrument of healing throughout ages, in many universes, many places, including Earth. And this is your destiny. Just on behalf of everybody who is receiving this, I would like to say thank you. Thank you for your beautiful presence and for the incredible job you do. Nothing can touch you. Go be a badass. Go do your thing. Okay.
Okay. Thank you, my dear friend. I'm
My honor.
with you
Thank
today.
you so much. Thank you. And I will send you the download link for this recording, and so maybe you can watch later because we were both in altered states of consciousness. Maybe you'll see some extra stuff.
I will repeat.
Okay.
So
Okay. So I wish you the very best and have a wonderful day.
have a wonderful day, and thank you so much.
Thank you. All the very best to you. Take care. Bye for now.
Bye.
Bye bye.